Hi y'all, it's me, Honey. And I missed last week. But I have a good reason that I missed last week. Life. Life gets in the way. Life gets complicated. Being a parent is hard. Trying to juggle work, their activities, social lives, and then everything else you want to do sometimes doesn't always work. And I think I want to talk about what I find, the one thing that I find most important in my life. And surprisingly, it's not my husband. It's actually being a step parent. Because not a lot of people talk about what it's like to be a step parent. There's a lot of people who know what it's like to be a parent. Being a step parent is actually a lot harder than you think. Because you have to be a parent to somebody that didn't come from you. And a lot of people find that hard. I'm not one of them. I find no problem at all being a step parent. In fact, I love it. I love everything about my stepdaughter, to the point where I don't even classify her as my stepdaughter. She is the world to me. I mean, granted, me and my husband started seeing each other when she was only like 16 months old, so I've seen her grow up. I've watched her turn into a teenager, and I've been through all the steps with her. But it's hard being a step parent because there's a line you don't get to cross. And sometimes it gets a little blurred because you get so invested. My situation's like that. I'm so invested in my daughter that the line is blurred because I don't feel that the other side does what they're supposed to do. So I've had to step up and be more than just a stepmom. I'm a full-fledged mom. The only thing I really haven't done is birth this child. But I love being a step-parent. I love everything about it. I even love the fact that every once in a while, she goes over to the other house, so I get a break and I don't have to be a parent. I know that sounds really bad, but I mean, parents understand. Sometimes it's like, what? They're going to somebody else's house? Yes! It gets a little frustrating, a little hard. You just want a break. That is the only benefit to having a kid that has two houses. They get to go away every once in a while, and you get a break. And I mean, I know it sounds horrible, and I sound like some horrible person, but you know, sometimes people just need a break. But the other thing about being a step parent is you have big shoes to fill. I mean, I have a stepdad, and my stepdad didn't come into my life until I was 8. So there was 8 years before him, then it was just me and my mom. And when he started dating my mom, obviously I didn't like him because, well, I mean, I was 8. She's my mom. You're taking away my mom. But I mean, that's not what happened. He stepped in and became a dad to me. He did all the dad things that he was supposed to do. He loved me even though I wasn't his. Everything that your dad's supposed to do for a little girl, he did for me. He walked me down the aisle when I got married. He bought me my grad dress. He helped me with my first car. Mom taught me how to drive, but that was probably a better idea. You know, so I understand the whole step parent thing, having a step parent and being a step parent. Those people out there who are step parents and are always saying, not my kid, not my problem. It's your kid, you discipline. No. You got into a relationship with somebody who has a kid. That means whether you like it or not, you're a parent. Even if it's only part-time, you're still a fucking parent. You still have to do parent things. And I guess it bothers me because I'm not like that. When my daughter's here, she's my daughter. I do the mom things. I help with the hair. I help with the heartbreaks. I help, I do the mom things. Dentist appointments, doctor's appointments, laundry, everything that mom is supposed to do. And I sit there and I look at all these other people who are step parents and they're like, well, when my boyfriend's kids come over, they're his responsibility. Yeah, you're right. You are 100% right. They are his responsibility. But you know what? They see you with dad. And there should be some kind of connection between you and those kids, that kid, whatever. Because if you can't get past the fact that they have a kid, you shouldn't be in a relationship with somebody who has a kid. It takes a special person to be a step parent. And I'm lucky enough to have a dad that is like that, was like that. I mean, granted, my dad does have kids from his previous marriage, so I have a stepbrother and a stepsister. But I was always treated the exact same way they were. So, to all those step parents out there, know that if you keep doing what you're doing, those kids will notice. I got the biggest pat on the back. No, that's the wrong word. I don't even know the right words for it. But my stepdaughter, well, it broke my heart at the same time, but my stepdaughter looked at me and said, you're more of a mom to me than my own mother is. Which means everything that I've been doing right. And that's worth it. So if you're a step parent who treats those kids like you're their own, good for you. It will get better, and they will see it. If you're one of those step parents who says it's not your kid, not your problem, pull your head out of your ass and realize that when you're with somebody who has kids, they are your problem. But that's just my opinion. And I know my dad will never watch this, but I just want him to know that without him, I wouldn't be the woman I am today. And for that, I'm thankful. And if you ever do watch this, Dad, I love you if I don't tell you enough. But till next week, love you, miss you, bye.